is moving a little bit at a different pace in terms of when their ultimate cliff is going to be reached, when they're going to ultimately be pushed off a precipice into a paradigm shift that they don't want. But we are all walking there. We are all moving there at a fairly great pace. And so really we do need to unify. We need to make a decision about whether we wish to be pushed off a cliff because everybody else is pushing from somewhere back. Nobody wants to be pushed off a cliff, right? Nobody's going to conscientiously push a societal member that they're better off to having. You know, we're all better off for the greater in our numbers. We're all better off being able to be shoulder to shoulder and achieve more in mass. The problem is that we're all making these very short-term decisions basically on the fact that our life is a case of gimme, gimme, gimme. I want more, more, more. And therefore we're pushing other people in ways, whether it's our children, whether it's future descendants, or whether it's just people elsewhere on this planet, because we can't see the ramifications of our actions and how it affects others. But at the end of the day, we are all consciously or unconsciously pushing people off a precipice that they don't want to step off. And it's going to lead to a paradigm shift for them. And so, you know, it's not really... If we were being cognizant of this action to others, we wouldn't do it. So there is responsibility in my videos. There is a sense of saying that we need to make a decision, that we need to make steps. Okay, so let me present solutions. And I've already presented solutions for world peace in other videos. If you want to watch about that, look, I've got other videos, watch them. They're not very good. Probably better than this one though, so it says a lot. But yeah, they need editing, and I need a team, and we're not there yet. So basically nobody's made a decision to support me as a person to making these more permanent. And by making them more permanent, I mean getting them out in books, or getting them out where I've got teams of people to help me make this happen. And I'm not just trying to say in a wacky way where I'm ineffective. I mean, you know, all of society jumps in mass going, yeah, we want world peace. And all of a sudden we have it. We have it in a very, very small amount of time. But that means sharing this message, right? I mean, sharing this message with politicians, or it means sharing this message potentially with friends to get a discussion about it, so that as a group you're a bit more conscientious to maybe even if you spent 5 minutes a week going, hang on, I'm going to share this video, maybe via email or something. Write a couple of words and say, look, he's a bit long-winded and he tangents a bit, but there's a message behind what's being said, and it actually looks, if you watch a couple of other videos, some of them actually really have solid foundating steps for how to bring it all about, and how it props up all the governments right now with the money that they need in order to float, and you know, essentially eases the burdens where they are, and it focuses on easing the social burdens and the burdens of society and towards the quality of life. These things are true, but it's an empowering thing to be given control over a stage of bringing about world peace, and that's what any one of my videos I'd like to think are, is that we're that much closer, even just for having this discussion, than we are if I was to stay in bed. And yeah, that's the option, right? Right now, if you see me, I don't know if the quality of my rest is that good. I'm staying up late. I played video games yesterday, and as a person who doesn't get much time for gaming, and has not really been one for losing time towards gaming, having spent the last week, either because I've been under the weather or self-isolating because other family members are under the weather, I've had forced downtime. And when it comes down to quality of downtime, do I wake up refreshed? Do I wake up jumping out of bed? And am I jumping for joy? No, I don't think as a society we're making conscientious decisions that nurture all the entertainment and all the things in our lives around us towards that. And so we do need to raise the quality of life, and present quality of life. But if we try and do it in the current system, it's not working. If we try to do anything in the current system, it's through force. It's not inherently powerful. And what we're ultimately doing is we're pushing somebody else, somewhere else, further towards a cliff, either through ineffective distribution of wealth, because of the way that we're buying our happiness generally has some sucker somewhere in the lineup who's willing to, well, they're not really a sucker, they're probably more desperate, but they're willing to work for less, and they're willing to not get paid or remunerated fairly for the efforts that they're doing. And that's why I say we need to really jump ship en masse. We need to do it. If we do it as one step, but it's the framework, right? If we do anything in the current framework, it just doesn't work out. And so the total package, if it changes up at the same time, a lot of systems that are previously seen as whimsical or unable to be sustainable or non-working, actually they all become very working. They all change up to being very able to support each other. And that's why I keep pitching in other videos that you can't, if I was to try to just in one video just go blah, this is what it is, there'd be too many people on the way going, no, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that. But through the course of these videos, quite often I just put building blocks down as fundamentally and just introduce a couple of notions or ideas and just sort of say, well, this here is propped up by other things, and therefore it is possible. And so little bit by little bit I've been trying to put them down. And if somebody out there is in a position of being in government and wanting world peace, they'd be motivated to put through my videos, because they would actually go, whoa, yeah, wow, they do come together, they do tie together. But I mean, I can only say that from the perspective of someone who's hopeful that they do. You know, I'm hopeful that my videos mean something. I'm hopeful that the vision that I've been given actually does prove to be something that's very real. But look, on that notion, I haven't really spoken about it in other videos because I think it makes me mad to do so. But the vision I was given, I don't believe it to be mine, and I do believe it was one that I experienced. And I was able to, over the course of a few days, and I understand enough about psychology to understand what lucid dreaming is and various stages of dreaming, but this was all deep sleep type stuff. And okay, arguably, yes, that's my mind at a greater level, and if it was my mind, then that's beautiful. But my mind's not that beautiful. Yeah, I'm working towards beauty in it, but in that case, that dream would be more refined now, and I don't try to connect to it. It's an inherent burden, but it's definitely there. It's definitely soluble. It's definitely real. You know, it's I think soluble. I always think of like the aspirins, where you put them in a glass of water and they dissolve, and they then get into the water, right? And you can then drink it and you can take it on board. Well, with this vision, through the course of some of these videos, I'm trying to make it soluble, I guess, to others. But I've basically not gone into large steps of some of the principles in terms of how we prop up government, or that stuff I've put in emails and I try to send off to government. And I try to keep things relevant to the particular channel that they're in terms of what they represent or why. So look, I don't wish to make every video run for 30 minutes. That to me suggests, like everything in the modern world, that I'm almost rubbishing on the basis I can get away with it. Right? These videos should be 3 minutes, or they should be 15 minutes, but they should be short and they should be sharp and succinct. And that would work for some people. And sadly, these videos, I try to make them all things to all people. So I think I did do a short 8 or 9 minute video where I kind of reviewed a lot of what's going on. I've also done a 30-minute video with a review of what's going on. And if you watch my playlist, I think I've put those two videos at the front of the playlist. So there's value there to grab anybody with, I can't say a lion's share, but a significant amount of steps or aspects of this project and how it comes together. So look, if you have been watching this video, and we're getting to a point now where it's going to end, okay, so you've got to make a decision. Do I seek out another one of these videos to watch it? And if I'm just entertainment, then by all means, I'd say the first, beyond those two that I've moved to the front of the playlist, there's probably 2 or 3 in the front where I'm just a deer in headlights on the camera. They're probably not very entertaining, but they do cover a lot of really good information. There's a couple of videos I probably put not on the playlist that are talking about this world peace as a concept, and just going a little bit outside those steps. There's probably a few videos on the Patreon channel. In fact, a lot of what I haven't, last week maybe, I haven't been putting up videos, and there's just been errors. There's been either I've started using a microphone and not turned the power onto it and recorded, and I think those videos are appropriate to not go up on the net. Some of them were talking about other income streams that could be made to really, really profit the said body really, really effectively. But I guess when you start talking about money, businesses start wanting to get involved, and people want to start going, oh, I want the money, money. But they probably want it based on the current paradigm. And there's also a competition or two I was going to run, but I realised again that I'd be getting people to think a certain way, and I didn't really want that energy to come on board. I really want altruistic people, or people who are motivated for change, to be the people who pick up this Olympic torch, if you will, this torch, and bear this torch. So thank you for bearing with me. But look, conceptually, if I was to try and show that I can hold a train of thought, I mean, I do think that the quality of relaxation in the modern world isn't necessarily fantastic for us, that it's not always done with discipline, and it's not always done in a way that benefits us. And sometimes it's not the quality of it's not enough for us to truly offline, and for a lot of us, we don't have the ability to spend time with loved ones or have meaningful time in ways that previously we would have, in other stages through history, we would have. And even at other stages in history, life might not have been ideal, but there's a lot of aspects about it that might be better than our current time period. So we all are aware that things need to change. And I say this video light-hearted. There's a lot of other more pressing issues in the world that would push us towards realising that we're about to fall off a cliff, that would make us go, we need to change. I think if I feel that it's true, I think you might feel that it's true. But there is a motivation then to, now that you found this video, I assure you there's others better than this one talking about how to bring about world peace. Help me, let's do it. Let's share, like, subscribe. I try not to do that in any of these videos. I think that's the first time I've done them and actually willingly done them. We're not ready for it yet, but we are ready, and that just somebody needs to pick up the torch and run with it and just communicate to me and say, yep, I've seen your video. Thank you. All right, well, thank you for your time. You have a great day.